Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Samyak Jain. I'm sure you must have worked with me some long time, but if not, definitely you will. Today, we are going to explore something truly exciting, how AI is no longer just a buzzword, but is now embedded directly into Priority ERP with version 25 as AIERP. Artificial intelligence is finally stepping into the heart of our ERP systems. And now we will explore what that means for all of us who use Priority every single day. For years, we have been building reports, filters, workflows, automations the traditional way, manually selecting field by field, rule by rule. But what if we could simply describe what we want in plain English, and the system understood? That's what AI ERP is all about, making ERP think with us, not just work for us. So today, I'll take you through this journey, where we have come from, what's changing, and most importantly, show you live what this new AI-powered layer inside Priority can do. Let's start by looking at today's agenda. So, here's what we'll cover today. Introduction to ERP evolution, real-life example use cases, ERP features and capabilities, a live demo of AI-driven functionalities, and finally, the future roadmap and Q&A. So let's begin with the big picture, the evolution of ERP itself. So, ERP has come a long way, and every stage it has shaped how businesses operate every day. In the early days, ERP systems were entirely UI-driven. Everything depended on forms, menus, and field selections. You had to know exactly where to click, which field to choose, which reports to run. This was the era where ERP acted like a database with a user interface, powerful but not intelligent. Then came the automated assistant era. A real leap forward, we got tools like autofill rules, business rules, and scheduled tasks. Suddenly, processes that once took manual effort now could be automated. But even then, those automations had to be configured, often by an expert or a super user. You needed to know the logic, the fields, and the processes about it. And now, the system was faster with all this AI, but it still required a lot of setup and maintenance. Now we have entered our AI-augmented era, a completely new way of interacting with ERP. This time, the focus shifts from how to do something to what you want to achieve. Instead of spending time building filters or creating rules, you can simply describe your intent, and the system interprets it. The outcome. The outcome of all this is faster searches. You get answers, not just data. Easier automation. Rules and workflows can be generated conversationally. Smarter forecasting. The system learns from trends and patterns over time. That's the real evolution. It's not about replacing people. It's about removing friction, so your teams can focus on decisions rather than the data entry itself. So, what exactly is AI ERP? Think of it as a new layer inside Priority that connects your intent with the system's logic and data model. In the past, the gap between the business users and ERP logic was literally wide. You needed to know which triggers, which tables to look at, where to filter, what rules to use. AI ERP now bridges that gap. It doesn't eliminate the ERP, but it enhances it. It is still your data, your processes, your rules, just accessible through a smarter interface. Now, let's talk about some core features in version 25 as AI ERP. Natural language search, AI autofill rule business rules, AI BPM rules, and also AI email editing. So let's have a look. AI advanced natural language search. You describe what you need in natural language, and AI helps you scaffold that into Priority logic automatically. No more guessing where to look, which fields to find, and so on. You can simply ask, for example, show me all the sales orders above £5,000 from the month of August, for example, and the system instantly brings that up across multiple conditions, choosing the right values, and all understood just from one single prompt. That's what the natural language search can do for you. Second, AI-assisted business rules and autofill rule creation. AIERP can now help you set up autofill rules or business rules just by describing the logic. It understands the user input, generates the structure of the rule, and then implements it by creating the appropriate rule and choosing the right logic. For example, if you say to the system, send an alert if the profit is below 20%, what it does is it writes the rule for you without the user having to choose multiple conditions and fields across the form. That's how the AI-assisted business rules or autofill rules creation works. Third, AIERP can now also help you create BPM rules through a prompt. For example, when changing the status from draft to in progress, if the value of the order is above 5,000, then send an email to the sales manager. The system goes behind the scenes, generates that BPM rule, and also activates it automatically. But it doesn't stop there. It also writes the message for you, which is very, very unique and very precise and understandable by the user, making it very, very consistent throughout. Last, enhanced email communication with AI. Like Arif mentioned in his presentation, AIERP can also help you rewrite email text instantly. You don't need to go to any AI tool like ChatGPT or any other tool to enhance your text. Now this is built in inside Priority. It can keep your tone and branding intact. So let's say you want customer order confirmation emails to be sent from the system. You can simply say, make this email more formal, more professional, and let's say also include delivery date or customer number, something like that. So it can also add the fields for you as well. And after a few seconds, when you give the prompt, the system generates that rule in a second. These 4 capabilities represents the start of something very powerful, an ERP that understands your intent. Now, let's talk about some key benefits as well. What that actually means. The first big win is speed. No more digging through endless filters, endless fields, and menus to find what you need. With AI-powered search, you can get the right data instantly just by asking. Whether it's show me all the sales orders above 10,000 pounds or list invoices pending approval, you get answers in seconds. AI helps you move straight to decision-making rather than actually choosing the fields and everything for yourself. The second win is simplicity or reduced friction. In the past, building a BPM rule or an automation-assisted rule, you required deep system knowledge. You needed to know where to select, what to use, which fields to select. Now, you just describe your logic in plain English, and AI construct the rules behind the scenes. The third benefit is improved communication. So like I said, with the new email editing experience, your system can automatically rewrite or even tailor your emails professionally, making them clear and sound always on brand. It helps every communication feel consistent, whether it's to a supplier, to a customer, or even your internal team as well. And finally, it's built for cloud. These AI features are designed specifically for Priority's cloud environment, meaning they are always learning, always improving, and there's no need for patches and installations because there's manual upgrades going behind the scenes in the cloud. The intelligence evolves continuously in the background with great performance, keeping intact. So, when you put this all together, speed, simplicity, smarter communication, and cloud scalability, you're not just using a faster ERP, you are using an ERP that thinks with you, that grows with you. Now, let's move from benefits to reality. How AIERP actually helps you in everyday work. What makes this exciting is that these aren't niche use cases. They are things every business deals with across all the departments. We will look at 4 simply but powerful example use cases. First one is approvals process. Second is margin control. Third is compliance escalation. And fourth one is customer communication. So each of these show how AI can take something that used to be manual or time-consuming and make it instant, smart, and consistent all through the natural language. So let's look into it. Let's start with approvals. One of the most common workflows, and I'm sure everyone's using it in any business, is search order approvals. So Normally, you will have to open a list. You open the sales order screen, you go maybe check orders manually to find what's pending your approval. But now, with AIERP, you can easily say, show me all the sales orders waiting for my approval this month, or in total. AI instantly interprets the requests, builds the filter in the background, and also presents the results. There's no longer need for no configuration and no wasted clicks. Margin control. Now, let's talk about margin, because obviously every business needs to make sure they are profitable, right? Profit protection is very, very critical, but tracking every sales order manually or by running a report can be really exhausting as well sometimes. So let's say you need to make a business rule so that a user can be notified straight away when putting in the order. Now, if you say to the system, if profit is under 10% and the order is confirmed, notify the user. AI interprets that rule and creates the rule in the background for you. Next, order compliance and escalation process. Let's talk about compliance, where AI can really help enforce control and the accountability. Think about those high-value sales orders or purchase orders, the ones that need extra layer of approval before they are confirmed. Traditionally, setting that up would mean creating complex BPM rules or defining approval lists and methods, which can be challenging time to time. But now, with AIERP, you can simply define the logic conversationally by talking to the system. For example, you say, if the sales order value or the purchase order value is above 10,000 or 1,000, only the manager can approve it, and he can only change the status from in progress to confirmed. Instantly, the system understands that rules, creates the BPM logic behind it, and it creates the rule for you. This ensures that important approvals happen at the right level, protecting margins, maintaining compliance, and keeping every high-value deal under proper control. And finally, customer communication. We all know how much time goes into writing, editing, and personalizing emails for confirmation or for updates, or even the text for business rules or anything you want to pop up as a message. With AIERP, you can simply say, create an email that includes customer number, order number, and also make it sound professional, polite as well. In seconds, it will draft a message for you, and it converts the already text which is there to a complete message, perfectly formatted and ready to send. It's not just faster, it ensures every email going out from your business sound consistent, professional, and on brand. Now it's time to see it for real. I'm going to switch over to Priority and show you these features, which is natural language advanced search, create a business rule with AI, create a BPM rule with AI, and also email editor assistance. Yes. Sorry, just a second. Sorry for the delay. Right. So now let's get into it, and let's show you a live demo of how AIERP works in action. So let's start with a simple one, a sales order screen, which everyone uses every day. So what we can do is, let's try to go into advanced search and try to search for something which you need. So here's the button. I can click on Search with AIERP, and I can say, show me all the sales orders whose value is above, let's say, 1,000, and the currency is in, let's say, dollars, and the order date is in, let's say, 2010 to 2015. And let's try to search and see what the AI does for us. It will take a few seconds, but it will go through all the conditions, and here you go. So you can see it created a condition for the value, for the currency, and it also put a custom range here for the date. If I now click search, let's see what we get, and here we go. We got the results of all the sales orders, which have the current date, which we use this as a filter, and it also made sure that we have the right value as well. Here we go. Great. So as you can see how simply it was usable to use the advanced search just by chatting to the software. Now, let's move on to the business rules. Now, if I go to the automations and business rules screen, there will be a new button which you will be seeing, which is called Create Funnel with AI. So here, let's try to create a business rule where we can say that if the order is in progress status and the order value is less than 1,000, and also the profit percentage is less than 20, give a warning. So it's a simple business rule which you try to create yourself by selecting multiple filters and multiple fields. Here, you can just write with the AIERP, and let's see what it does. So it will take a few seconds. It will understand the prompt which we have given to it, and it should show up, and here we go. So first thing you see, it also puts the rule description for you. It chooses the right status we want, it chooses the right value we want, and also put the right profit percentage. And it chooses the warning which we wanted, and also the right message for you. So you can see, instead of just saying random words like, please approve it or please don't approve it, it creates a consistent message all around the system. And then you can save it. And here we go. The rule is there for us. Now, let's deep dive into the BPM rules as well, since we were talking about rules. So if I go into the status and go into the BPM flow chart, here we go. So this is like a normal BPM flow chart everyone uses when they're using sales orders. So now, if I confirm, and if I go set a rule for, let's say, in progress, or let's just confirm. So if I click on set rule, and I do create with AI, here I can say, let's say, send an email to customer contact for the order confirmation. A very simple rule. Let's see what AI does there. And in a few seconds, you should have a BPM rule confirmed. Here we go. So it puts the description, it chooses the contact, and it also mentions this rule that if it's not blank, which is very key here, it also chooses send email, and the rule is now created. The fourth example we were going to show you is AI email editing. But since we are creating a rule for order confirmation and email, let's just look at it right here. So if I click on edit email right here, you will be able to see that a new email editing screen is right there. First of all, it puts the subject, and you have a standard text saying your order has been confirmed and is currently in a confirmed status. Now, you can see there's a button called AI Writing Assistant, which we were talking about earlier. Here we can say adjust tone. So here you have the option of going empathetic, professional, neutral, conversational, appreciative. So according to your business needs, whatever you feel like, you can just click on one of those and it will change the text for you. So let's choose for professional, and here we go. It has added some more text, changed some terminology, and making it sound more professional. Here, obviously, we can also add a field as well wherever we need. So let's say I want to mention the order number right here. So I can just say, thank you for your order, and I can just choose sales order, and add. And click on add, and here we go. It adds the sales order tag for you. And also, now you can even add logos or your branding very, very easily right here. And then click on Save, and the rule is now created for you. So what you saw right now is basically AIERP live in action. How easily, just by conversationally, you can easily see that the rules are being created, the BPM rules are being created, and the email editing experience is so good. Right, now let's go back to our presentation. Here we go. So what you have seen today is really just the beginning. The foundation of AI inside ERP. The next phase is all about prediction and recommendation, moving from reactive to being proactive. Imagine your system not only showing what happened, but also anticipating what will. For example, suggesting which supplier is most likely to deliver on time, or forecasting that which customer orders might miss their dispatch window. These are very critical scenarios for each and every businesses. Every click, every transaction becomes a data point, and AIERP learns from it, continuously improving the accuracy and content. Looking ahead, here's how this roadmap unfolds. First, a stage rollout. Priority will be doing a stage rollout for more of these AIERP functionalities in upcoming versions, starting with predictive forecasting. Next, we can move on to AI-powered forecasting. This phase focuses on giving users predictions from sales and purchasing forecasts to demand and cash flow insights. The goal is simple: help businesses plan smarter and react faster. Then we'll also see a broader expansion of AI across multiple modules: finance, production, inventory, service, and CRM. Embedding AI into each and every workflow, not just isolated tasks. And finally, the long-term vision, strategic direction. Priority is evolving towards a fully AI-driven ERP ecosystem, one that learns from your business, adapts to your patterns, and empowers you to make better, faster decisions with less efforts. To wrap up, AIERP in Priority is about speed, simplicity, and smarter decisions. It lowers the barriers for everyday users while also equipping businesses with advanced forecasting and automation. The future of ERP is here, not manual, not automated, but truly AI augmented. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Sam. Any questions, anyone?
Sam,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Martin, because we want to be on tape. Please wait for the microphone.
Very good, Sam. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One of the words you used consistently was the word consistent and consistently. So suppose you've now got 7 different people across the business creating these emails that are going out, one for quotes, one for order confirmations, another one maybe a pre-shipping, and your delivery's been successfully sent, all of those. So they're using the AI to generate it.
Yes.
I don't understand how you can achieve consistency for that. So they're all going to select a tone of voice. The one
Correct.
you called professional, we might call nauseating.
Yep.
And they're going to get in and edit the words and reduce some of the bullshit that you regard as professional. Now I've got 7 different emails of all different tones of voice. How am I achieving consistency across them?
So as you know that, like we said before, AI is continuously learning and adapting to every user patterns, right? So when I say consistency, it doesn't really mean that I'm talking just about the text. So consistency can mean in terms of overall branding and overall business needs, rather than actually saying that adjust tone to professional or neutral or being polite. So that's where consistency more comes
So
from.
it's not going to go and update all 7 of those emails to achieve consistency across all 7.
But it's gonna try to keep using the terms which you generally use in your businesses.
In the business or per user?
Per user, obviously, because each user is part of the business anyway. So
Let me complete the answer.
Yes.
Let me just add to that on a bit higher level. Every business, first let's start with a new position that I didn't mention, but businesses now started in the US and catching up is a new position, C-suite, it's called CAO, Chief AI Officer. Every business will have its own agent. It's not that you will use OpenAI and purchasing will use Claude or any other agent. So they will use the same vendor, and within the same vendor, it will be the same model. And the goal of the CAO would be to make sure that there is consistency within the business. Now, consistency is never 100%. I mean, you are Martin and Nigel is Nigel, and you have your own style. But still, it will use the same model, and once you train the model will be more and more accurate to the business DNA.
But it's not going to go back and re-edit the things that it has previously created to achieve consistency.
No,
So
but as you use...
It's different forms of the word consistency.
True, but as you use it more, the answers would be more aligned.
Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Although I scanned the question and sent it to the server somewhere, I was wondering the BPM, automation of the BPM.
Yes.
So not all the BPM. When you start to think about creating the process, you do flow charts.
Yes.
So rather than natural language.
Yes.
So does your AI can read through the flow charts, convert into natural language, and update the BPM, or how does it work? Or does it support the visual aids as well?
If I understand that correctly, what I think currently AIERP is capable of is putting a rule inside a BPM particular status. So it's not currently able to create the whole BPM flow chart for you. So for example, if you want to say, I do sales orders from draft to confirm to completed, for example. So it's not going to create 3 statuses with the flow. But what it can do is if you go inside a particular status, then it can create a rule inside that rather than actually creating the flow.
Right. So we can improve the BPM, but not create any BPM from scratch. So
not as of now, but I'm sure this must be in the pipeline for Priority.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. Cheers, Mike.
Thank you for the presentation, Sam.
Thank you.
Bringing this down to a very practical level for a lot of businesses, I noticed that when you were putting what you wanted into it, you were actually correcting your own typing mistakes. How tolerant is it of people misspelling what it is that they want? So how well does it understand?
I think it's like any other AI, because obviously I correct it because that's just my nature to correct it, by the way. But I think it's with any AI, it learns slowly and slowly. So if you currently go to ChatGPT and you type whatever with any grammatical errors, it will catch up because it has been in the market for so long and it just learns and learns and learns patterns from each and every user. So I'm sure currently it's not been out yet for much, and only the cloud users are currently using it. So as far as it grows and in upcoming versions, I'm sure it will be able to really catch up on those things. But currently, you can still make a few mistakes, and it does catch up. Thank you.
More questions?
Yes.
Hi, Sam. My question is, I fully can see the benefits of what you showed today. That's brilliant. Thank you. So looking forward to that. But I saw the AI talking to the system at data entry level. in the BPM, in the actual statuses,
Correct.
in the actual forms, in the advanced search, etc., etc.
Correct.
Is AI going to be, or is it going to be at a higher level on that? So, for example, if you have a sales order level, and you give it instructions to say, all of the sales orders for this customer, which are currently dated in February, blah, 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 please redate them and send out order to X and send out order confirmations. Is it capable of doing that sort of thing?
As of now, no. But like I said, it's currently evolving and continuously evolving with each and every version. That's why I mentioned in my roadmap as well that the aim of the Priority is obviously to become full AI augmented ERP system. So it will be implemented in each and every module. And obviously, Yarif also showed like a chatbot as well. So that will be coming up in later versions as well, which will make it very easy.
All right, thank you. I do have a second question, if I may,
Yep.
if everyone else. You talked about, well, it's been talked about this morning about using AI to create the report or working with the reporting. Does that cross modules and join them up automatically? As long as there's a common denominator or a tangible link there?
For the reporting in the analytics, you mean?
Yes.
Currently, with AIERP, it's not there, but like I said, the second phase is predictive forecasting. So I think what they are going to do, and Yarif, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they are going to include, so when you create reports in analytics, they're going to include a button to include that data set for predictive forecasting. So that's what currently is been doing. But in later versions, I'm sure there's going to be a scenario where you can just say to the system, can I get a report for this and this and this, and it should be able to create that report and the BI. That's in the roadmap.
Cool, that's good to know. Thank you.
Thank you.